Hello, Facebook. I thought I would go live for the first time. For those of you who know me, know that I really hate doing things like this. Couple of reasons. Firstly, and I'm not meant to say this really, but I kind of hate my face. I really hate looking at my face on a screen. And also, I find these things kind of like really awkward, talking to a screen. I find it really odd. I don't even like FaceTiming people. But turns out, vlogging, or vlogging, as I thought it was called, it's a thing. It's quite popular, and everyone does it. And I thought I had some valuable stuff to share, and not everyone wants to read things. So I thought I'd go live and share a couple of bits with you that have been really useful over the last couple of days. So those of you who know my journey over the last year, I left a corporate job and started teaching yoga and working with All to Love. And that all came about because I met MJ, Molly, at a yoga retreat. And I read her book, The Fearless Life Guide, and joined the tribe, the online tribe, which is like a support for everyone who's going through the lessons in the book. And there's been some really key lessons that I've learnt, and one of them massively came up yesterday. So particularly around Christmas, I think people struggle a little bit, whether you have an amazing family or whether you're away from your family, you're single, whatever it is. Christmas is a really, really busy time, and it's really, really emotionally charged. And there is a tendency for people in general, myself definitely included, to suppress some of the more negative feelings. So yesterday I woke up feeling just generally shitty, feeling really, really sad, for reasons, that aren't really relevant, to be honest, and that I'm not going to go into. But I was feeling sad, and historically, like most people would do, is you don't really want to feel those negative feelings. You kind of just push them down and push them away because they're uncomfortable. And that's historically what I would have done. Push them away, push them away, push them away. I'm fine. It's irrational. And eventually what happens with those emotions, they've got to go somewhere. And what often happens is they spill out. And they spill out kind of in a really ugly way. So whether or not you drink, I actually don't drink anymore, but certainly when I used to drink, that's when those emotions would spill out in a really uncontrollable, really irrational, unattractive way, because I wasn't dealing with those feelings. And even now, if I don't deal with those feelings, they spill out and they come out. It's like a pressure cooker. You push it down, eventually it just goes. So yesterday I was like, right, okay, I feel like shit. So I've got two options. I can ignore it, act like nothing's happening, and then at some point over the next few days, it's going to spill out. So I was like, no, I'm going to sit with this. It's uncomfortable. It feels shitty. I'm going to sit with it. And as I was sitting with it, I felt like, well, great. Well, this is the beginning of depression again. This is the downward spiral. All those kind of negative feelings. But I sat there in it. I basically sat in my pyjamas and watched Love Actually and cried the whole way through Love Actually. Ate mince pies. And that was exactly what I needed at that time. And during that, I was thinking, this is going to last forever. This is never going to stop. Within about 4 hours, I was like, oh, I feel okay. This is strange. And I had a bath, got dressed, and I went for a walk down the beach with my cousin's dog, because I'm staying with my cousin at the moment in Spain. And I was walking along the beach thinking, oh, I feel really happy. That's strange. And then I remembered, oh yeah, when you feel your feelings, even the really shitty ones, they just pass. They pass through you. It's only when you hold on to them or resist them that they stick around and they keep coming up and you keep feeling shitty. And that was one of the biggest lessons from reading Molly's book. And it's something that I forget, but then I come back around to it and think, oh yeah, I should do that. And it reminded me yesterday, with this being such an emotionally charged time of year, how important it is to look after yourself. So self-love. We should be doing it all the time, but there are certain times when we need to ramp up the efforts, because this time of year is busy, it can be stressful, it can be financially draining, emotionally draining, and whatever your circumstances are, like I've said probably many times before, your external circumstances don't necessarily matter. On paper it might look like you have the perfect life, but you may still have emotional stuff going on, which is totally okay. You don't have to justify it. There's, some people who don't understand that I could possibly be feeling shitty because, well, I'm in a beautiful sunny place right now with some of my family, some great friends. I've got amazing family, all those kind of things. But actually, it's a lot more complicated than that. And so yesterday, it reminded me how self-love is so important around this time of year. And so I encourage everyone to take some time out, and whether it's having a bath, reading a book, going for a walk on the beach, depends where you are. I think it's a bit cold other places, like I pretend like I don't know. I was in England a few days ago. I know it's cold and probably raining. But whatever it is, making sure that you are taking some time for yourself before the big part of Christmas kicks off, so that you're ready and you're far better equipped to deal with some of the more stressful things that happen around Christmas. It's better that you do it now and just take some time, because then when things come up, you'll find it a lot easier to deal with it. So I really encourage you to do that, and if you feel the urge to want to share it on my page, then please do. I think it's really nice to build a community where we can all talk and inspire each other, to offer ourselves some self-love. And moving through into the new year, I'm a big believer of setting intentions. So I know a lot of people do New Year's resolutions. I'm kind of the opinion that whether you want to call them resolutions or setting intentions, that having an intention is really powerful. And at the beginning of last year, I actually stayed in New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I got up feeling really creative, and I set some intentions and created a vision board for all the things that I wanted to achieve in the year. And I am certain, in fact I know for a fact, that it's not a coincidence that this year I achieved so much and I had the best year of my life, because I decided what I wanted to do, and those things have happened. And so I feel really passionately about this, which is why I'm doing a workshop in January. It's the first Sunday in January. I think it's the 7th. I've put the link in this for you, so if you're interested. It's in Crawley, so if you're based in Sussex, you can come along. It's 2 hours, and we're going to do some kind of heart-opening yoga to really get you a bit more connected and dropped into your heart. So that's where I would say your truth is. I think our heads get a little bit confusing, but this is where the real truth is. We'll drop in and we'll do some meditation, and then we'll spend some time releasing the things from this year, from the last year, that you don't want to carry with you into the new year. And by releasing those, we'll create some space for some new stuff to come in. And that's where we'll set intentions in different areas of our lives. And hopefully we'll get to do a little bit of arts and crafts as well, a little bit of drawing, so that you've got something to take away and put somewhere, so you can see it every day. And remind yourself what the goal is and what you're trying to achieve this year. And I'm certain that it will make a difference to your year. I don't know if you can hear that, there's a helicopter, that's what's distracted me. So yeah, if you want to come along, get in touch. I'm doing a little Christmas offer. So rather than having to pay for everything up front, it's £20 for the workshop, but you can pay £10 now to secure your space, and then pay the £10 in January on the day, because I know this can be a bit of a financially draining time of year. But I really believe in it. I think it's really important, and also it's that little bit of self-love that you might be needing after the Christmas period. So get in touch if you're interested, and yeah, if you want to share what you're doing with your self-love and inspire everyone else, then please do. But have a really good day, and have a great Christmas. Thanks so much.